We are divided.
Yes.
There are wings of our government that are supposed to be nonpartisan, but now seem to be politicized. And one of those wings is the FBI. So do you think the FBI, do you still believe and trust in the FBI to do its job, even with a former president, in a nonpartisan way? Or do you believe, as the former president says, that the FBI is executing a witch hunt?
Well, we've had the FBI before. The Judiciary Committee just in the last 2 weeks trying to figure out why they do what they do. And there's been lots of questions before this raid about whether or not the FBI is doing their job apolitical. And we don't know the answer to that question yet. This is probably
doubts about the FBI.
This is going to raise more questions, in my opinion. We need to let this play out and see exactly what happens, but we should all have been stunned and surprised and shocked at what happened yesterday. The real question is, A, what is the Federal Records Act? And B, what are we talking about? It has to be something of incredible magnitude for at least my side of the aisle to say that was warranted. Without that, I think we're going to find ourselves in a very big mess as it relates to the credibility of the FBI.
Well, so you don't have any concern that they're going to find anything at the Mar-a-Lago estate?
Well, I think we should really, as opposed to rushing to judgment, the most important thing that we can do is let it play out, because
we should let this play out. Are you naive? This is so disappointing to hear from a Republican. It's exactly what we discussed yesterday when I said communists are trying to subvert our nation from within. And if we don't fully recognize and acknowledge, if we don't put a name on the political enemy that we are fighting, then we will not fight well. If we don't fight well, we will not win against this political enemy that we are facing. We should let this play out. What does that even mean? Let this play out. What would happen if we let this play out? Do you want to wait until the perp walk? Until President Trump has actual handcuffs on him? He's being marched out of Mar-a-Lago by the FBI? Do you want to wait until his mugshot goes viral on Twitter? Do you want to wait until he's indicted and charged and convicted of some imaginary crime the left has made up and then tried in a place in the United States where the jury is made up of radical leftists who don't care if he committed a crime? They just hate him because he sends out mean tweets. What are we waiting for? What do we want to play out? Why would we give the FBI even a sliver of a benefit of the doubt? The burden of proof is on the FBI to show us that they are behaving properly, that they are enforcing the rule of law and not abusing their power, weaponizing the federal government to target Joe Biden's political opponent. We don't have to sit here and wait for our government to tell us what they're doing. The government has to tell us what they are doing. They work for us. We don't work for them.